A helicopter loaded with $250 million suddenly blew an engine and started dropping fast into the valley. To stay alive, they had to throw the money bags out. Thanks to the pilot's skills, the chopper crash landed without exploding. But the locals weren't friendly. They were coca farmers, drug growers, and when they realized the bags were full of cash, their eyes lit up. Outnumbered, Pope and the others didn't dare make a move. The tension was suffocating. Negotiations fell apart, then Red Fly pulled first, shot down a few armed villagers. The rest ran for their lives. Afterwards, Pope found the village chief, paid him big as compensation, bribe, and to buy mules. They were on their way out when a man in yellow blocked the road. One of the dead villagers was his family. He wanted revenge, but the chief stepped in, calmed him down. The yellow shirt stepped aside, but the hate had already taken root. The team pushed through the jungle. The terrain was brutal, slippery, steep, unforgiving. On a cliffside path, one mule slipped. $50 million went flying into the canyon. The losses were piling up, tension flared, but they had no choice but to keep moving. Then they hit a mountain wall. No way for the mules to pass, so they rigged up a pulley, hauled the money up. On the summit, the cold was brutal. They burned some of the cash to stay warm. Flames roared. They laughed. If only they hadn't been so greedy. After surviving the night, they marched on, but were ambushed. Red Fly got distracted, and the yellow shirt was back. He shot Red Fly in cold blood. They took down the rest of the attackers, but Red Fly was gone. Grief hit hard. They turned on each other in anger. He blamed him for saying yes to the heist. He blamed him for being too greedy, but it was too late for regrets. They packed up Red Fly's body, kept moving toward the extraction point. When the sea finally came into view, they were 5 days past schedule. Maybe the contact had left. Benny volunteered to scout ahead. Returned a day later with good news. The boatman was still there, waiting, but bad news followed. A nearby village had raised a small army, still loyal to the cartel. They were hunting them. The only detour added 160 kilometers. They were exhausted. Fighting a whole militia was suicide. After a heated debate, they made the call, ditched the rest of the money, bring Red Fly home. That night, they snuck out, but a patrol spotted them. They took him out, stole a truck, fled through the night. The enemy gave chase at dawn, a brutal pursuit all the way to the coast. Pope shot out a tire, sent a pursuing truck rolling. Right then, their boat arrived. They drove straight into the water, jumped into the boat, finally heading home. Out of 3 tons, only $6 million remained, and they didn't even flinch. Gave it all to Red Fly's widow, but just before the story ends, one teammate handed Pope a scrap of paper, coordinates, the valley where they lost the cash.